Hey, gone now. All right, yeah. Well, yeah, man. Um, Hi everybody, Tyler here. We're yeah, this is the season finale for Spire Creation here on Tabletop Tuesday. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing night school 8:30. Gonna be Cowboys. It'll be rip roaring, rootin', tootin', point and shooting type of time. But yeah, no. Then basically we're just a couple of days out from next year. Basically, we might be doing something next Tuesday, kind of wrapping everything up, kind of doing like a. You can ask me questions about the game. Then we might be doing that. I'm not sure, and I think we should still be on for Wednesday after that, 23rd, and might be doing. Yeah, things are winding down for the year. Um, so I'm just gonna pop over to um tabletop. I'm gonna wave the camera, check in on our gang of adventures over here. Got it. What's going on in here?
So
Fuck
yeah,
do you want?
anyways.
Oh,
My
We're not
plan would
Anyway,
quitting.
I
involve
started blasting.
shut up. So my plan would involve hollowing out West Virginia and using the
yeah.
slag to fill Lake Ontario. Okay. This would then create a diagonal chain of now saltwater lakes stretching across Turtle Island, connecting the Arctic and Atlantic seas. This
Yeah.
plan would cause untold destruction, benefit nobody. I will take no questions.
Okay.
I've got a question.
No, he won't take
Kevin,
those.
shut the fuck up.
He
I
won't
know he's
take
not going
those.
to take them, but it doesn't
No.
matter because I've got it anyway.
Okay. What do you got?
The Atlantic Sea or the Atlantic and Arctic are oceans, not seas.
That's not a question. That's a statement. But the Dutch did it
Well,
anyway.
I'm getting in character.
Query.
Question.
Hey,
Steal
query.
ice
Those
trade.
aren't.
That's not a
Hey,
question, but the Dutch
Mead,
did it anyways.
query. Those aren't ocean or those aren't seas. They're oceans. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. I'm in character. Let's go.
But the Dutch did it anyways.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna start off tonight.
In the famous words of everybody's second favorite, potentially, or morally ambiguous robot. Let's get started.
So I figured that I would start off tonight. You know, I'm gonna ask. I'm basically gonna be pulling you guys in one by one and asking like, so what's the option you've made that now you've had a week to mull over it. Um, there a volunteer who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
You'll go first? Okay, I'm gonna borrow
Yeah.
my good brother for that second. Hi, good brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, so you know like you and I have talked extensively about this because we're related.
We live together.
Yeah. So you've had a week to figure out what Sentinels. So and this is just for the audience along at home and probably the other guys when they tune in to hear what I'm saying. So the three options that I kind of put in front of you last week was uh go and like try and stop this war from happening, um So that entails a trip to Palamancia. Stopping the Count of Stars from whatever his plans are that he may or may not have. Or just like, you know what, you did the job that Theodore told you to do, and they're willing to cash you out right here, right now. And you can just go elsewhere in the world and just like kind of retire. Um,
Yeah, I believe your phraseology for that one was just kind of fuck off to
I
somewhere
have
else.
it in my notes. I have it as can just choose to fuck off.
Yeah.
You know,
That was your phrase. I think that that
yeah,
was
yeah,
the
yeah.
phrasing you used. Um, um, but Sentinel is a very sort of, I mean, he was designed explicitly to follow orders. Um, because he works for the city guard of Velbara,
Okay.
his direct chain of command is the Count of Stars.
Okay.
So I think he is going to kind of potentially for the first time in his life grudgingly
Yeah.
come to the same conclusion that he has this whole time, which is that good soldiers follow orders.
Okay.
However, he's going to Sentinel is still holding the ring
Yes.
from last episode, the Ring of Three Wishes. And while he is going to follow orders, he is not going to. The Ring of Three Wishes was not a part of any order set that he was ever given. So he is going to interpret that as he's going to do what he thinks is right with that, which is, as far as I can tell, give it to Aelia.
Okay, so I'm gonna give the ring.
Correct.
Okay.
So
All
that
right.
she can do what she will with it.
Okay. And you are staking your hill on going to Palamancia.
To I believe stopping the war, but if so, here's the thing: Sentinel is going to follow the, I guess, orders of the whoever the highest ranked person in Valbara is.
Okay.
If that changes, then those become his new orders.
Okay. So you're saying you're staking putting your flag on gonna go fight the Palamancia.
I guess so, but also, so yes.
Okay.
Depending on what, I guess though, also depending on what the unit decides to do, because if the group decides to do something different, I think Sentinel is still sort of protecting the group, because
Okay.
those were his commands, were to accompany the group on
Okay.
whatever they decided. So if everybody decides to go somewhere different than that, then that might be sort of subject to change.
So unless the group decides unanimously decides to
Not unanimously. I think there are certain people that Sentinel respects within the group more than others.
Okay.
I think that I think that Aelia sort of has a synergy with Sentinel, and I think that as sort of the one who has chain, like, sort of now is building more Warforged. I think
Yeah.
there's sort of a respect for sort of the almost the creator's wishes. Cody, I don't think Arthur was not my creator.
Right.
But I think there's sort of that respect. And then there's a strange sort of connection with, like, he feels like he should possibly respect, like, follow the orders of
Ulysses.
Ulysses,
So,
He's not quite sure why.
so it sounds like your answer is, I'll get back to you once everyone else has made their choice.
Um, so the answer is basically good soldiers follow orders. I'm waiting to see what those orders are.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, that was a very long-winded way of saying I don't know. Or rather, Sentinel doesn't know.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
standing by.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna send you over there. And
Okay.
you know,
Um,
who should I pick
the
next?
so Claire,
Yeah.
I want to explain that I think maybe chat will notice that there's only one person that I didn't mention.
Yeah.
And that is because he had, if I'm correct, Gombar has changed his name in our Discord to King Gombar, which is
Yeah. Foreign state actor at this point. Yeah.
now he is no longer a link in the chain of command
Right.
that I am programmed to follow.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna send you back. Who should I pull in my next pick?
Let's see what Cody does.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna get him in. Hi, you've been selected as next pick, Cody.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah, you're my next victim. Kevin picked you, so you can blame him for having to make your decision.
Okay.
So I kind of left you with three options. Last week. Remember what they were?
From what I remember, it was kill the gods, stop the war,
Mhm.
or fuck off.
Yeah. And you also do know that there is within your group's possession, like 3 free tickets to do whatever the fuck you want. Got that ring, baby.
Oh, true.
So I like that may or may not influence your binding decision right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Having you guys do this separately, so there cannot be discussion amongst yourselves until after you've made.
Man, I really want to say those two words. Not in the sense of like actually activating that ring,
Yeah.
but in the sense of like, damn, I blank.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin's already spilled the beans on that one. Chat. It's all good.
Well, no, it's saying because I'm. Well, is he I forget. Is he holding the ring? Yeah,
yes,
he's
he is
holding the
currently
ring.
holding the ring.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess it doesn't matter if I wish upon it.
Yeah.
I wish I knew like how it all happened. I know, granted, it's probably because we fucked up the beginning.
Well, what's your? I might be able to offer you some cosmic insight on. Have any lingering questions?
Well, cause like there's a space wizard dude that can see the future, right?
Yeah. Well, at least one.
At least one.
Yeah.
Whatever the spectral Count Dooku is.
Yeah.
He's obviously one of the main antagonists.
Yeah. Yep. That. Yes. Clearly.
Just taking a pot shot on that.
I look. He is specifically referred to in my notes as the antagonist, but
The
not
antagonist. Okay.
but not the villain.
The antagonist, but not the villain.
Yes.
Oh boy. That's complicated.
Yes. I typically do not do very clear like that dude's just straight up the bad guy.
I'm assuming it's that purple miasma god thing that slumped its way into the castle.
Yeah. And you've been here for you were here for Mead's thing, so you also know that some guy was stealing basically on the count of stars orders, borrowing or taking some books that had some information in them and sent them to don't know where. Or you, Cody, know that. So
Well, yes.
and you also know that the reason that the Emperor of Pamaltia is in power is because of a military coup. Um, And I'm also going to remind you that there is a god of revolutions that exists. Um,
A god of revolutions.
yeah, the same god that Patrick worships.
Ah, great.
That's a thing.
Um,
So
so like, playing. So in character,
yeah,
playing upon my one shot,
yeah,
to which I was confronted by, Floaty Spaceman,
yeah, Queen.
Kui. Um, and he's like, "Oh, obviously take this decision. So obviously, I either have to take part in the war or to kill the gods and let the war rage on."
Well,
Um,
killing the gods does not
I
mean
mean,
the
I
war
also have
rages
that
on,
thing.
right? Yeah. So you could also got a couple options. But I take it you're basically saying like, hey, I'm not just gonna like go buy a house right now. Like
Mhm.
you're in it to win it, so we can at least take one thing off the
Yeah,
table.
I
You
mean,
know?
honestly, in this economy, it's just a poor decision to buy real estate at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah. So
Um, Now buying a shitload of horses, then
yeah.
you're talking.
Well, yeah, you can eat those.
Yeah, or like
Yeah,
launch them at castles.
yeah. So you're kind of sitting on the like, yeah, there's gonna be a fight today for Doctors Nicoms.
Someone's getting punched.
Yeah, somebody's getting punched, but you're kind of waiting to see where the chips fall, I guess.
Not even. I'm literally ethically torn.
Good. That means I did my job right.
I almost said ethnically, but that's the wrong adjective
I mean,
or adverb.
in some aspects, yes. In other aspects, no. You're on point. Um,
um, cause like I feel like part of my, or at least how I've been playing him, part
yeah,
of Nikon is, I guess, feeling some regret, ever so maybe not even regret, but it's just yeah, I guess it would be regret then.
yeah,
Just in that, you know, I have created these living beings
yes,
to go out and die, and chances are the war might not even succeed anyways. Like, chances are Valbara is still going to crumble,
yeah,
burn, what have you.
yeah,
And so part of me is like, well, in order to avenge those that I've wronged, i.e. the living beings that I have caused to make,
yeah.
as
Your
well as
children.
the elementals that have fallen,
Yeah,
I feel like I need to do something about that. And
yeah,
I'm not sure if fighting in the war is the right thing to do
yeah,
because, okay, say I fight in the war and let's say I, send the attacking forces away, whatever. That just reinforces the fact that, hey, this is a viable strategy and let's perpetuate it, which doesn't solve the problem.
right. And then you also the other on the flip side of that is, or you can fight the dude who's like, yeah, we're gonna use these dudes to fight the war, and then also just gave a "you're not so different, you and I" speech, and also in that same speech mentioned about killing the gods and taking the power for his own and ruling the world. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, that is a tough one. But you,
So,
you do have those three tickets of make things go
yeah.
differently. Um, if you wanted to use one of those or then one,
I feel like you're gonna monkey's paw it though,
I
and
mean, it
so I'm
depends
scared.
on what it is. You want me to uh throw you back to think for a bit and another victim?
Well, like, all right. What is the status of Theodore Matthews?
He's alive. He's currently in the same room as all of you. Um, and he's currently like, yeah, we
Wait, I
gotta.
thought we couldn't find him.
No, he was talking with the Count of Stars at the end of last episode.
Oh.
And he's basically like, hey, look, Theo, you got to help me stop the city. Yeah, okay, I can help you build a shield. And the Count of Stars like, oh, cool. How do we do that? And like, Theo is explaining to him like, no, we got to build this thing and channel arcane energy. It's gonna make one of those bubble shields from Phantom Menace. Gungan.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And then that will buy the city more time to make more Warforged. Herb Starmp, the army of the undead, currently outside.
I regret everything.
Tuesday, boy.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna thank Patrick. I'm gonna thank Patrick personally. Yeah.
Okay. I think.
Yeah.
I think I know what I'm going to do. It is essentially letting the city burn.
Okay.
I am also not a fan of, the gods being eradicated.
Yeah.
So I might do something about that as well.
Okay. So you're leaning towards
But that's a
this dude. Ben.
yeah. Yeah, but it's a surprise tool that we'll save for later.
Yeah. All right. Who's the next victim?
Let's bring some Gonbar in here.
Yeah, man. All right. I'm gonna send.
Okay.
Gonbar, King Placelandia. Yeah, man. So I guess my question for you is, so like, you've got these 3 options laid in front of you. There's the whole, trying to stop this war from happening. There's fighting this wizardy guy with the glowy starbeards. And then there's just like, you have been given the option to just like basically go wherever you want and just like retire. So where are you with all that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I just attempt to kill everyone else? See how many of them I can take.
I mean, you're gonna die if you do that.
That King Gumbar.
Yeah.
He lives in legend.
Yeah, I mean, but whatever floats your boat.
I don't know. I'm down for whatever. I could do
Down for
more
whatever.
fighting if we're gonna
More
do
fighting?
a god or whatever.
All right.
Because if it's the last one, what happens if I just say like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go beat King and go hang out there?
I mean, you can just.
I know.
And also, you got a cool thing. Like, you're about to die. You can just be like, instead of dying today, I'm just gonna go be king instead.
Yeah.
So you're just down for whatever, basically.
Wait, can I just teleport there instantly?
Yes, but it's a one-way trip, not a two-way.
Yeah, but like, it's like how long does it take? Is it like a channeling kind of thing, or
No, it's just like you're just like I'm gonna activate this thing for one today, and it's like, all right, boom, done, you're there.
Click my heels and
yeah, basically, not even.
No.
Before you can click your heels, you're already there.
Oh yeah, then
yeah,
I would definitely just go around and do stuff, and then maybe try to take on the party, and right before I die, go to my kingdom.
Yeah, sure. All right, so you're just down for whatever.
Yep.
All right. Question for you: are you gonna send Mead in here after you or Patrick?
Oh, I got a question before I do that real quick.
Oh yeah, sure.
Towards the end of the campaign, I'm assuming it's gonna be towards 11 or whatever.
Yeah, closer.
Can I just like message you when I want to like try to attack one of them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, bet.
All right. Yeah.
Mead.
You're gonna okay. All right. I will send you back and pull him in.
All right.
All right. That time, Mead man.
Okay, first of all, yeah, like the dice pot doesn't fucking hate me enough. First of all.
I mean, yes. Second of all.
I don't know. I'm like mad now.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Tyler, what are my options? I'm like,
All right,
I'm
all
like
right. So
completely fucking gone right now.
all right, yeah. So you can try and stop the war, and you're going to be going
Do you
and
realize how much self-control I'm exercising right now? Anyways, continue.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
not
So
going to
you
look at Twitch.
that's fine. So you've got the you basically are going to be sent on a mission to either execute the Emperor of Palamancia, or you can try to fight the Count of Stars, or you can just fuck off in game, not like out of game. Try and be a pirate king or whatever. So
Am I talking to the Count of Stars right now, or like?
I
'cause
mean,
I got
he's there. He and Theodore Matthews seem to be, working on building a thing. But also
I got
like if you've got
because
if
I got
you
some
want to
fucking
ask,
questions for him based
yeah,
on
we can do that. We can do that right now. That's what this time is for. Is like wrapping up some loose ends and getting like asking clarifying questions. So and
yeah.
you don't even have to ask
First
him
of
in
all,
character. You can just ask me, and I will give you the information because you have gotten
okay,
this far, and I'm gonna just basically give it to you.
yeah, okay.
What's on your brain parts? All right. Well, while I wait for that. Oh wow, that's a lot of SO sub, and have a lot of. Oof. All right. Wow, that's a lot of channel points. But yeah, no, that's a fun thing to do with the channel point. I still have to fight Rick from down the street. Wrestlers, I'll not tonight though, because we got a lot of stuff to go through still. Yeah. Yeah, and if you're liking watching and you're not following the channel, give us a follow. You want to give us a sub, that's fine. I'll Amazon Prime account link Prime Game. That gives you a sub. I was just either myself or just Zeech. Great guy. He most a lot of Call of Duty. It's a great time. Highly recommend it. Also got banging YouTube. A lot of highlights up. I strongly. I also have a YouTube channel. How the VODs go and live. But yeah, it's a good time. Still there, Mead Man? Okay. Yeah, and if you're enjoying the stream, send it, play, share it. I guess I can. Gonna be doing. I have some last minute stuff to go through, and then I will be announcing Discord server at some plans for the next year. I'm gonna be out for a bit, but I'm pretty confident I got a set of folks who can make everything work on that end. We'll be doing stream a week, and I think it'll be. And we're doing stuff tomorrow. Good. Okay. Now are you back, Mead? Oh, he's dead. He's just dead. Mead Man's just dead. That's not good. I guess I'm gonna get my last one. Hi. Mead Man dead.
What?
Yeah, he did the big disconnect and is no longer online.
Oh no.
Yeah, so now you're in here with me.
Hi.
Yeah, so a couple of things that I'm
Okay.
gonna. Sentinel has decided to give the ring to.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. So I'm just sitting here like, oh, that's better than I thought you were gonna do. Good job. I was like, oh, good. That's gonna make this even harder. Good.
Oh
Um.
no.
Uh. Other folks are either having moral quandaries or just like, yeah, we'll just do whatever. I'm like, oh, cool, awesome. So that only means like, it really comes down to one of two people to decide what's going on. Um.
Yeah.
So yeah, where are you at with this whole thing?
um.
The answer is you don't
Estilla,
know.
yeah, no. Estilla is having like an identity crisis right now because she's torn between wanting to do what's best for the people of Valbara, um, and wanting to protect them at all costs. But at the same time, she also does not trust the Count as far as she can throw him, which is not very far.
Yeah.
And is and then on top of all of that, she's like, "Oh, my god's kind of a dick." I mean, I should have seen it coming, but I thought gods were supposed to care solely about me. I thought that's how gods worked.
They kind of deal in shrug emojis, ifs.
Yep.
Um, Now there was a conversation I had with some folks that I had to write some more stuff out that involved using that cool fancy dancy ring to do a certain um so,
Okay.
so yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm just going to. That was a conversation I had with a. I had to write some stuff down. Um, so
So, has the ring already been used at least once?
no,
Okay.
not to my knowledge.
Okay.
I think it's one of the, and again, I think it kind of depends on trying to do certain things.
Mhm.
So I think where we're at right now is Mead was going to ask the Count of Stars some questions to kind of resolve some stuff. Not here right now,
Right.
but like this is like if you want clarifying questions, like now's the time, because I've got two folks who said they're kind of gonna go along with whatever the party's doing. I've got
Uh-huh.
one who's feeling a certain way. Um, but yeah,
Okay. So, I just want to make sure that am still like that I have everything sort of lined up in
yeah,
order to make my
yes,
decision.
yeah,
So Count of Stars was from Alia's point of view seemed to be manipulating Teddy, but what he then said was confirmed by my god, which
yes,
left me shook.
yes.
Um, did the Count of Stars last session, did he, when he was talking to Teddy and then when he was talking to me and everyone else, did he mention Nail?
No, he did not mention anything that you could buy at a hardware store.
Okay. Perfect.
Um, and also the conversation he seemed to be having with Theodore is like, "Yo, hey, how do we stop the city from like being burned?"
So it could be interpreted as the enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of situation.
It's more. Yeah, it's kind of like, geez, how do we beat Frieza? Quick, I'm gonna team up with Vegeta.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah,
Um.
which one of them's Vegeta? I don't know. You tell me.
Okay. So there's that.
Yeah.
Eye of the Ring.
Yes.
Apparently.
Well, you will be given the ring the second, like, yeah. So, like, it will be like, so after we're done with all of this, the first thing I'm gonna mention is like, hey, Alia, Sentinel hands you a ring. And
Okay.
then from there, if you want to say, hey, this is going to do when that's handed to me, we can set that up now. Um, I don't know when or if Meat Man will come back. I'm hoping that he does. Hoping he's having a computer issue.
Right.
I'm hoping that he didn't for some reason lose power.
Oh, that would have sucked.
I
A
know,
day
right?
early.
right?
Yeah.
That'd be super lame.
He loses power even before the Nor'easter hits.
I mean, on the one
Um,
hand, at least like he'll have his claim ticket first, and on the
mm,
other, like, and also like generator ought to be running so that everyone else loses power. He'd be like, this.
right. Okay. So you said a thing about how the ring works.
Which
That yeah, using one of them would drastically change shit, right? Even one, even just the idea of using it.
Right, because so what it is, it's a ring of 3 wishes. Has 3. It basically can cast the spell wish.
Right.
And the spell wish can do a lot of crazy stuff as written, and then there's a whole paragraph and a half about how like you can work with your DM to do whatever. And basically, it's like, hey, if you want to like fuck with reality a whole bunch of shit, you can, and this thing can do that basically 3 times.
Okay.
So and like like if you want to ask me about like what specifically can this thing do? I'm like, well, what do you want it to do? Because the
It can literally do anything I wanted, pretty much.
basically you would tell me like, hey, I want it to do this thing. I'm like, okay, so those things will happen and blah 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 blah. And there's probably things aren't gonna go super great if certain things happen, but like
Yeah.
it's one of those things like, yo, hey, if you want to like drastically change fucking everything, you could.
Right.
I know, yeah, and then also, so there's that.
I have an idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
And I'm not saying this is what I want to do, but Alias thinking about it, once she gets the ring.
Yeah,
Because being with her background of being, fighting against the establishment and all that jazz.
yeah,
One of her core philosophies is the idea that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
I mean, yeah,
So, for her, this ring represents absolute power.
yes,
In my mind, Alia would consider maybe using one of the wishes to ensure that either like no one can steal the ring from her, that only she can use it, and then just not use the other 2 and keep it on her permanently so that it died out with her.
yeah, that's an option.
It's either that or she's not going to use it.
Yeah,
And I'm just
some,
trying
like,
to decide
Lord of the Rings
yeah.
vibes of I'm gonna hold on to this evil so nobody else can use it.
Exactly.
And then of course, the second you do that, then of course like the moral quandary of like, ah, man, if only there's a way to save these people. Well,
right.
oh, I had a ring,
and
but I vowed not to use it. So you just let a city burn, even though you could have saved them.
Yeah, and that's where that's Alia is facing a huge moral conflict, and
Yeah.
her solution to that is only going to start an even bigger one.
Yeah.
And I think that she's going to side with the Count of Stars.
Okay.
For the sake of, okay, I will help you save Valbara, and then we'll figure everything else out.
Yeah.
Meaning, she doesn't trust him at all and knows that he's going to betray her and the others as soon as possible. And if she lays a finger on Teddy, she is going to throw herself in front of that.
Yeah. Curse your son, but inevitable betrayal. And all that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pop us back in. Kind of ask like, happened to need to know. Yeah. So let's do that. So I'll throw you. Oh, hey everybody, how's it going?
Hey,
Everybody minus Mead, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to remind the audience, and by the audience I mean Patrick, that Alia doesn't know about the Ring of 3 Wishes.
Right, but Patrick does.
Yes.
Okay.
Patrick needs to know for certain things.
Sure.
Because otherwise it will be complicated when things happen in a couple of seconds.
Oh,
Um,
oh yeah. For also because I don't know that either Morgan or Gombar knows about the existence of the Ring of Three Wishes. There's a Ring of Three Wishes. It is inside my arm. That's it. That's the bit. You're all caught up now.
any word like
Nope.
He's offline.
yeah, I saw that.
Like he just disconnected from the
Yeah,
room?
yeah. So yeah, so I don't know if that's like that a tech issue.
He is also not on Twitch.
Okay, so probably a tech issue.
Let's see if he's on Steam. He's not on Steam.
Okay, so probably a tech issue.
You should text him.
Yeah, you have his number.
Yeah, I'll do. Okay.
Sorry, I also don't know if you are seeing it, but Mead has double disadvantage on
Yeah, I got this.
the game.
Yeah, I saw. I have my notebook next. Yeah, so I'm gonna back from him. Hot sec. So and I'm gonna keep this to out of character discussion for a hot sec. So I haven't spoken to, and I didn't get. I don't know where he's gonna line up, but right now we got basically it looks like we could do the party splits off into two groups to do this. But right now it seems to be the party seems to be half of one mind and half of the other, which is not a bad thing. So
Seems a little counterintuitive.
Which minds are which?
let's see. So I got one person who is of the mind of let's beat up this starry beard guy, and then the other person of the mind of no, but we like him. So yeah. Ain't that interesting?
And the gloves come off.
I'm not wearing.
And the figurative gloves come off.
Yeah.
I am intrigued that our intrepid cleric is throwing in with a man who said kill the gods not 3 minutes ago.
Not even 3 seconds ago. Well, actually, no. He didn't say it too long ago. Yeah.
It's an interesting it's interesting, and I'm curious as to both why and how this will play out.
But can they why?
Can they why?
Do you want me to explain it, or should we just leave it going?
I'm gonna say explain it so I can stall for a response from the poor man.
Amazing.
You know,
Alia's idea is one. It's a combination of simply priorities, as well as something that makes those priorities flip. Or yes, she's a cleric. She's a cleric.
I've noticed you've had a large number of Tale of Nature slip ups today. What's your character's name again?
Alia.
Okay.
There it is.
What did I call her?
You've called her Scylla a couple of times.
Did I?
Yeah.
In
Dude,
the stream, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I've had a fucking awful day, and my head is not here, so I apologize.
That's rough, buddy. I'm sorry.
But
Virtual
so yeah, thanks. Alia's idea is the fact that one, yes, she's a cleric, but her reason for being cleric was the god that she was supporting was one of revolution, um, and she was using that for the people of Valbara. Her priority really has always been the people of Valbara, and she was just using cleric means to do that, because she believed the god was on the same side as her. And wanting to do that, but then she found out that her god was an apathetic shruggy boy, and she's not really a fan of that because she is not an apathetic shruggy boy, nor is she an apathetic shruggy girl. And
So she's an apathetic, shruggy they.
she is a passionate, non-shruggy yes. So it's that on top of the fact that she fuck she does not trust the Canistars at all, but she is going to try to save the city along with the Canistars trying to save the city so that he can't reign over its ashes. So she knows she pretty much has a gut feeling that he's gonna try to pull a once over on all of us, but feels like she has to take the risk in order to save the people who could maybe help in the fight to stop whatever the fuck is about to happen. But she really is experiencing an entire identity crisis right now and is acting not super rationally. She wants to try to save as many people as possible, most importantly Teddy.
Okay.
Because Teddy looked kind of fucked up and she got desperate.
Okay. So the idea that we had, right?
Mm-hmm.
And by we I mean me, mostly. A Ring of Wishes can cast the spell Wish 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
The spell Wish can allow up to 3 characters. Oh, I'm sorry. It can. Somebody just messaged me something. I just got a Discord notification and I don't know what it was.
It was yeah.
It was not you.
No, I didn't say it was me. I said I got the same one.
Oh, okay. You can grant up to 10 creatures that you can see immunity to a single spell or other magical effect for 8 hours. But so one of those magical effects in my mind, in my Kevin's mind, I have no idea. I mean, Sentinel doesn't know literally any of this, but Aliot does. That the Count of Stars is being influenced by an extraplanar being with some powerful magics. Theoretically, that spell or the wish could grant him or could disconnect him from that knowledge, magic, corruption, whatever it is.
Theoretically, yeah. That makes sense.
And that could have potentially game-breaking
Yeah.
Like, that could basically propel us into negative Hendersons and resolve the moral conflict of the game, which is the Count of Stars is wishing to, like, I don't know. But we'd have to be very careful how we worded that wish
Yeah.
to avoid him just going,
Um.
avoid him just going poof or blowing up or something.
This is also part of Alia's moral conflict right now. The idea of an object with this much power. She's not a fan of it.
Oh man, have I got some
Again, it
bad
shouldn't
news?
be part of. It shouldn't be part of her moral conflict right now, because she's not aware of just how world-shatteringly powerful it is.
Right, but
I-
when she does.
I've also got some bad news on that front for the things that y'all have been going and getting from places.
Oh, they're more powerful than this Ring of Wishes, effectively.
Yes.
Oh, God.
If they're used properly.
Yeah.
Eh?
But by their powers combined? Question mark.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like, so the objects of power are let me. So normally mortals can't physically touch an object of power, and there are there are exceptions, like being trained in ways to hold it, being given divine or arcane gifts, or just dumb luck. They can only channel a small portion of the power within. And like if you were to break one of them, some of the magic would leak out.
Huh.
And the power within usually attempts to find a new host. So the object power tend to hold within them the essence
By
of
the
like
power of Grayskull.
yeah.
I have a question, Teller.
Yeah.
Where did my stitch markers go?
What new host did the Wind Staff's power find?
You don't know.
Okay.
Does anybody know?
I do. Kind of by
And
default.
you said that they have enough power that they can just Ark of the Covenant melt people's faces, and that power
I mean,
just went
not
somewhere.
not the ones that most of you have. Not the wind one. That one can't do. But yeah. So usually the things that are holding like the essence of spells, or they can even like act as like the essence of legendary spellcasters, or sometimes a god will contain most of their powers within an object. Kind of like a battery.
Oh.
For example, Terate stored most of his light in this like small orange medallion with that like has blue glowing light in it. And that's one of those things that if someone were to have that, they could just Ark of the Covenant melt people's faces off.
If
but,
they
like,
know how to use its true power.
Yeah, if they were like an 8th level cleric or something. But like, what are the odds of that?
Oh.
Yeah. What are the odds of an 8th level cleric having that?
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, as to where the essence of wind went, you don't know. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah. I've yet.
So I take it.
Yeah.
So I take it that an 8th level paladin, for instance, wouldn't know how to unlock all of the secrets of some sort of powerful magical item, would they?
Probably not the one you've got. No.
I know how to make it a hammer. Does that count?
Yeah. That's.
I also know how to make a hammer.
Yeah. Yours is different though. So like, yeah, there are some like you could probably, if you wanted to, basically rip out your heart and play around with it for a bit, Kevin.
And try and figure out how to unlock its secrets.
Yeah, there's like, a strong possibility that you'll blow yourself up doing it, or blow someone else up, or tear a hole in the fabric of reality. But like, if you're cool with those risks, then like, yeah, you and I can hash some things out.
How good is the chance that I rip a hole in the fabric of reality?
About as good as chance of returning a bottle or can to the grocery store.
Oh, so pretty low.
Pretty high.
Pretty high.
Pretty high.
Most people don't recycle them.
No. But like the number of bottles and cans we went to the store with the other day, and the numbers that we came back with. Chances.
Oh.
Yeah. So, real good chance of blowing yourself up, or somebody else that you, or ripping a hole in the fabric of space, or all three.
Okay.
Or some other ungodly thing. That's why most
Cool.
people don't do it.
I have some words for you, but I'll
Yeah.
save them for a different time.
Yeah. Because like the other, like if we were to talk about the example of the thing Patrick has, he opens that like people are being vaporized.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, like yourself probably included.
Even better. Let's fucking go.
So like it's also it's like one of those things like, I mean, that you've got a great power here, but the important thing is the great responsibility. And there are historical references to people who have successfully used an object of power, not blown themselves or anybody else up. And there's only one guy, and that dude's name is Emperor Valbara the First.
But he's dead now.
He's been dead for a while. And any secrets that he had with the First, he's been dead for a while. And any knowledge that he has long since disappeared. And the thing that he used was a basically a big spear made out of earth, and he shoved it into basically flatlands, and a mountain sprouted up out of them. And that is the mountain that the dwarves carved the spire out of. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Well, fuck me running. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds difficult.
Yeah. And
to
also
fuck
like
while running, probably.
Yeah, to fuck someone while running.
And nobody has said.
It's less difficult than the Flying 69, which is.
Yeah. Yeah, but nobody's seen this
the most
fabled
difficult maneuver.
Spear of Avalonia since. And also, like, most contemporary scholars are like, that's all horse shit. There's no way that could have happened. That's ludicrous. Nobody's that powerful. Nobody's that powerful. Nobody can make magic items that powerful. Not even the gods. And the gods have also been like,
doubt.
Yeah, I mean, that's what some people do. And, there have been some people who have Ark of the Covenanted themselves, trying to obtain this power.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, there was one guy, less than about 100 years ago, there was a guy named Victor Rammel who tried to do that with item allegedly, and nobody's really, like, everyone just kind of assumed that he died, because, like, after whatever he did with the item, he was never seen again. So. Yeah. Of course, now I'm kind of sitting. Like, I haven't had any work.
Maybe he just fucking got off.
Kinky.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know.
he went to bed.
He would have said that he was going to bed. He wouldn't have left mid-conversation.
Yeah.
He lost power.
Yeah, that's what my money's on.
Yeah,
I
but see,
don't.
chances are is I also would have had some flickering lights and stuff because I have lost power almost 4 times this year.
Maybe his shit like died.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't
Might
know,
have had a
man.
computer.
Are you
So
alive,
do we want
medium?
to finish it without him, or would you rather wait? I think is a big question here.
I'm more erring on the side of let's wait back to us.
Yeah,
You know, like I
it
feel
would
like it
suck
would.
to.
Well, because like the other thing is like it's a huge middle finger. Like, oh hey, like he's not here. Oh well, let's just finish the game without him.
Right.
Um,
Side quest?
Hey Tyler,
yes.
how where does the Count of Stars get his power?
Oh, you guys want to do that one tonight? Actually, you know what? I think that would be a fitting one to do kind of in the
In the meantime.
meantime.
In the meantime, yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm also gonna have to come up with a name for the third part of the finale now.
Yeah.
Or we change. We don't have to.
Well, no, we kind of do because I would like the overlay does in the video, and while I can change that now, I can't. Like, I don't want to upload it and be like, "Yo, here's this part that's relevant," and then cut it, and then you know. Well, actually, you know, what? I think I think what I'm gonna do is
Hey, not for nothing, but I
yeah.
blame Zeech's double disadvantage for destroying Mead's connection to this server.
Okay.
I think double
Mead rolled,
disadvantage.
Mead rolled a
Mead
nat
rolled a
1
nat 1
twice on electricity.
There we go. That's got to
on
be it.
his internet check.
So I guess you know, so I guess we'll reschedule the end for next Tuesday. Does that work?
22nd. Yeah, that should
Yeah,
be fine.
that should be okay. And we'll do a little thing I'm calling where does the Count of Stars get his powers from? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna flashback. And I'm not gonna have you guys change your sheet. We're gonna flash back to that one note you got in the mail that was just where does the Count of Stars get his powers from? Question mark written in purple ink. That's where we are.
Yeet.
Like a couple days ago. And Theodore is still not in the mansion at the time. He's currently busy elsewhere.
Getting his ass kicked. But we
Yeah.
don't know that.
Yes, you don't know by what though. So basically that's the question is where does he get that? And it's a mundane piece of parchment with mundane ink sealed with mundane wax. But it's an intriguing question. And there's, Theodore's got a big library in his estate as it is. So maybe it's a good place to start looking there. That being said, I'm going to let you guys figure out how you want to approach that question. There's also other things. Given the stuff that you know is in the basement.
Did I just deafen myself on the call?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Well, if you can't hear us.
Oh,
then...
that's cool. So apparently, I have a hotkey set up for the plus button.
Yeah, man.
On my number pad, and that is causing a couple of problems, but not really, because I'm on mobile. So muting on the desktop actually does nothing.
Yeah. Hey, man. So yeah, how are you guys going to approach solving this question posed to you? An anonymous person from the mail.
Well, I pick up the letter for starters.
Yeah, that's a good place to start.
Yep. I pick up the letter. And I think before when we were just like getting the options for these quests,
Yes.
I tried to roll a religion check and I couldn't sense like anything odd about the letter itself.
Nope. Nothing odd about the
Uh,
letter. I mean, there's the
okay,
other two you
well,
have in the mail as well.
there's what? Sorry.
There's the other two letters you have in the mail as well, and they're equally as mundane.
Right. Okay, in that case, well, yeah, I pick up the letter.
Lick it.
I give it a nice big sucker.
Yeah. It's got like it's the flavor that you imagine like basement concrete dust would be.
Ugh. Wait,
Gross.
basement concrete dust.
Yeah.
This
To
was
the
written in the basement.
to the basement.
Yeah, so you head down to the basement, and there are books books on the shelves. I assume that the ones you knocked off you put back up on the shelf. And
Yep.
there's the scrying table down there, and there is all the stuff that you're familiar with from your escapade that technically happens in the future, but I'm gonna say you kind of do in the same amount of time. Like you already know all the stuff that's in the basement. I don't have to tell you again. If you have forgotten what's in the basement, I can tell you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's that bookcase, there's the workbench that looks like there's a staff being worked on, there's the altar in the back, there's also that weird map table that we were talking about. There's the couple of statues, one of which seems to be like it's supposed to be holding something, not there. There's that box you took the ring out of. There also seems to be a in that bookshelf that has the box knife and all that stuff. There is a chest on the bottom that you kind of missed earlier. That you not locked. You open it and you see that there are 7 scrolls of paper in.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I'm glad that you picked up,
7
Cody.
scrolls.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That dog whistled me a little bit.
Yeah. So you know what those do, Cody.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Well, I do.
Yes, but I mean, Dr. Snycom can easily figure that out with identify. Yeah, what do you guys are down here in the basement letter and just pose the question is where does the amount of stars get his powers from?
Cast identified.
Identify.
Yo, hey man, so these spell scrolls, all 7 of them put together, cast the spell Wish.
Oh no.
Are they the dragon scrolls?
They are the Dragon Scrolls, yeah.
Oh.
Written by the great wizard Shenron.
Oh.
You sound so disappointed.
No, that's an actual O, but coming from an extremely tired player character right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Oh.
that. You got it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so that's what's in the chest. Have fun with those or don't. I don't really care.
So all 7 of them together make one of the
Yes.
One
wishes.
spell. Yeah.
One
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah.
Got it.
What do they do together separately? Jack shit. So if one was to take a scroll from that chest and walk away with it, those other 6 wouldn't be too useful. Only that, like, hey, wait a minute, there needs to be one more of these.
Wait, so how does the can I roll an insight check as to how this then correlates with the count of stars himself?
You don't need to. It doesn't. That's
Or-
just what's on the shelf.
Okay. I
That's
just
not-
want to make sure I wasn't missing something
No.
there.
That's just like that's the other thing on the shelf that you guys missed.
Okay, thank you.
The information that you're probably looking for is probably in one of those books on Theo's show.
Oh yeah.
Probably
I'll hit the
not any of the codexes, and probably not the one that lets you see the future.
Oh yeah, no, we're not fucking with that one again. No fucking way,
No,
sir.
there's one right next to it though that like seems to be like the exact mirror opposite of that first book that lets you see the future.
Yeah,
See
sure.
the past.
Hey, that's what it does. Yeah,
Oh, look at that.
yeah,
All right, yeah, sure. I'll pick it up.
yeah, man.
Oh, okay, you can.
Oh,
pick it up.
you're
Oh,
gonna
no.
do it?
I was
But
gonna pick it up this time.
We can all
I-
do it, or someone
I
else
feel
can.
like-
Yeah, we can
I
all
feel
look
like-
together.
It would. We
Oh,
can
no.
all look together.
If you're afraid, we can look together.
Yeah, Patrick, if you're afraid, we can look together.
Oh no, I am afraid, but I don't want to look.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, so does Dr. Snydecom want to stare deep into the inky blackness of the past?
Can I also?
Yeah, sure, man.
Fuck it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
basically
My
open
eyes
this
are
book.
darkness, and I want the darkness to stare back.
It does with purple eyes.
Did
Oh
they
fuck.
did they wink?
No, they just kind of stare.
Oh,
No,
that's even
smile.
worse.
No, they just stare.
Oh.
Because you have not asked it a question.
Oh,
Now keep in mind, you can ask this book of the past any question about the past. Any question.
Oh no.
Oh
you
yeah.
mean like the question that was on that card?
Yeah, that is a question you could ask it.
Do we each get a question, or do we only get one question total?
What?
No,
It's
you
goddamn.
can just ask it as many questions as you want. There's no limits you can ask the book of the past or the book of the future.
Where does the Count of Stars get its powers?
Oh, yo, so it shows you a picture of this, and you recognize him as, and you get a vision kind of explaining that, long ago, first Emperor Valbara, he you see him stab the spear of Avalonia into basically the countryside, and this mountain arises up out of it. And the vision shows you, what's underneath all this rock that's rises up. And it was a god. That this guy was so basically contextually, vision tells you that the first Emperor of Obara was not just making a mountain; he was killing a god.
And thus
Oh.
created a mountain that a city
In the
was
shape of
which
its
built
corpse.
on?
Yeah. From the god's corpse, a mountain was born.
That's fucking deep.
Yeah,
That's sick as hell, and I love it.
Yeah.
Also, that's terrifying.
yeah, and the god he was slaying was the god of chance, whose name has been lost to time, even
Chance?
to the book. Yeah, because
Like with a T or a CE?
Chance, like
chance,
fate, like
fate.
like
Okay.
luck,
Yeah. So those aspects were all combined into
random
one
occurrence.
random occurrence, and also the idea the idea itself of change was in that god. And from that god's corpse also sprouted some other gods, like, the god of luck. There's also like Tarate, the god of revolutions, also comes from this being that was slain.
Oh.
You know, uh, and basically these gods that are and there's countless of them that are birthed from this one god that used to just basically be like there used to just be like one god that did all the things, and now there's all these gods that have dominion over a rather distinct thing, and basically they come to the sense that like no, it's good that we're not all one entity. Now we have our own agency, can do kind of all we stuff, and they basically gave the first Emperor of Valbara as a gift of freeing them from being bound together in one being, just a bit of their powers. So basically, the first Emperor of Valbara could was basically as close to as God as a mortal could get without crossing that threshold, and he decided that he was going to, not make himself immortal or make anyone else immortal, but he would use all this power for wisdom, to build a grand empire and get buildings done and enrich his people. And that was kind of
start a golden age, effectively.
yeah, start a golden age, like and that was kind of thing. Like he shared his wisdom with his people, and they were wise and knowledge, and there was an explosion of culture, a renaissance of woodworking. He created the dwarves and all the other races in this one instant.
Fuck.
And, things were good for his reign until eventually he decided that it was time for him to go. And he had a son, and his son had power. And, you kind of have the same kind of cycle, but these emperors' lifespans became shorter and shorter until they were, basically all of this wisdom that they were giving out to their people drained their lineage's lifespan exponentially. So now you have these kings that are alive for, the span of a normal human being. And they start deciding, well, what if instead of giving all of the wisdom, what if we gave all of the wisdom and some of these godly powers that the emperors have had and haven't really to like a small part of the court to like, and the idea behind it was like, we're gonna give some of these powers to a small court so they can help us navigate the astral sea. What they kind of called there was this facet of rock that let them see other worlds and go to them, and they called the space in between the astral sea. They're like, all right, so what if we had like 6 explorers who could chart the astral sea? So they named them the Court of the Astral Sea. So these 6 appointed people have godly powers. The emperor is now just basically immortal, except he can give and take away those powers. And
he's a lion turtle.
For the first couple of cycles of this, you have the court is like cycles through. They're pretty wise. None of them corrupt. And then there's a mishap involving an object of power during the end of the reign of Emperor Valbara the 13th. And he, along with his good friend Victor Ramil, they just get vaporized or blown to bits. They don't know. And Emperor Valbara the 14th steps into the picture, and he appoints his people. And you see the Count of Stars. This is where he gets the starry hair and the starry beard. Except at this point, it's a very thin mustache. And this is one of the longer-lived emperors, and he dies in his 90s. And he does not have a direct heir. He has his direct heir is passed over in favor of his younger grandnephew. And he is very, very much like, hey, this kid's younger and this kid's more reform-minded. So this kid, Emperor Barbaro the 15th, wants to do all these reforms. It's at this point that the reforms go great, and then this guy's like, hey, what if we just stopped having a monarchy and I just gave up all this godly power, and I would of course have to take it from the Court of the Astral Sea. And some of the court members aren't necessarily down with that, including the Count of the Astrals, the Count of Stars is not necessarily down with that. But if we don't have that power, we're not going to be able to, there was a continuity between the last guy and this guy through us. And if there's no continuity anymore, there's going to be, he's like, hey, if there's going to be, visions changing every 20 years now, or however you want to do this whole, government by the people thing, which seems like it could be rife for manipulation by outside sources. And the younger emperor, the Emperor Valbara the 15th, wants to... Basically, he is very much a hardline reformist and won't take no for an answer. And he's like, hey, we're going to, instead of being the center for commerce and trade, we're going to focus on improving ourselves. And basically, the Empire of Valbara withdraws into a state of dormancy from the world stage and from trading and from, building an army and all that stuff. And things go downhill very quickly in a span of about 5 years. And there is one member on the court who's like, hey, look, I can fix all of this, but I got to do this all myself. And he decides, the Awoken Dreamer decides, that's it. I can see the future. This kid's gonna lead us after the ruin. We gotta go back to this. We gotta get a new guy in here, and we should have picked the Emperor's older son. So he does an oopsie, and his penance for doing said oopsie, aka an assassination, is he commits seppuku. Um, so now the legitimate succession is Emperor Emperor of Omar the 16th, who is who reigns long. He appoints on the behest of the Count of Stars, this friend of his as the new Awoken Dreamer, and they have all these godly powers, and they reign for the Emperor of Alvaro 16th reigns for years, and he's giving up more and more of his power to the court because they kind of have become the de facto ruling body at this point. And the Emperor kind of just serves as a figurehead and like gets to do whatever they want. And Emperor of Alvaro the 16th dies, and in comes Emperor of Alvaro the 17th, the guy that you guys know, who dies later today, and he rules for 90 plus years. So the Court of the Astral Sea has basically run the country for the past couple hundred years, and they're basically like, hey, look, this guy has Emperor of Alvaro the 17th did not leave a clear line of succession, so they have like, at best there's a like second nephew 3 times removed from the family, and they're not sure if that part of bloodline is strong enough to have this divine spark. So the Count of Stars is like, okay, well, how can we make sure that we can keep running everything without it? Because they're also like, the second that their reservoir of this divinely granted power is gone, they're gonna die from old age almost immediately because they were just humans. So they gotta kind of figure out a way to keep this power, and that's kind of where the Count of Stars has this brilliant idea of what if we just took that step to the next step. So yeah, that's where he gets his powers from. Because some dude shoved a magical toothpick into the ground and killed a god.
Well, shit.
Neat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my decision is solidified.
And your decision is?
It's a secret tool that we'll save for later.
Oh, okay. All right then. Yeah. So I don't know what you guys are gonna do with that information.
Question.
Yeah. What's your question, man?
So does this solve our puzzle of where does the Count of Stars get his power?
Yeah, they're granted to him by a collection of gods, basically. Well, they were granted to the first Emperor of Alvaro long ago by a collection of gods, and the gods like never really bothered to check back in on what he or his bloodline was doing with those powers because they're just like, we got to go do other stuff.
Okay.
And one of those things that they had to do was
I shrug.
Yeah, basically. They kind of adopted the deist stance on the we set it up, it's winding, we're gonna go take care of other stuff now.
Got
There's
it.
there's a couple of them that have taken a more active role. Unfortunately, they're the ones that are like, evil.
As a B.
Yeah, like the gods of chaos and darkness.
Ooh,
Which ones are they again?
Bigly, it's the chained one.
Can I ask another question?
You want to ask the book another question?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, man. You can ask it as many questions as you want. The only downside is now you'll be cursed with this knowledge that nobody will believe you about. And also, like the weight it has on your soul.
Well, that's already kind of fucked. So let's
go all
dig
in?
myself deeper, right?
Yeah.
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 Alia has been haunted by that eye since she first saw it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She asks, "What is the origin of the eye?"
Oh yeah. So you watch this story play out where a guy shoves a spear into the ground and kills a god. And then you see it like, and you see some stuff like leak out of this big body that isn't the rest of the gods. And then the rest of the stuff plays out as the vision you just had. And then it cuts to that time Victor Ramel and the Emperor of Abara blew themselves up.
Oh, so it is the same thing.
Well, the thing that they blew themselves up with was basically the polar opposite of the thing that you've got right now. Basically it contained all of the darkness. Like, that's where all the dark gods would channel their energy from.
Ah, so they unleashed Pandora's box of shit onto the world.
Well, yes, and so in that explosion you see them get vaporized, and then you watch two beings get reconstituted from that. One of them is a man-shaped thing of purple with just eyes studded everywhere. Which is,
Ooh, creepy.
yeah. And then there's this other guy that, looks very similar to a young Count of Stars minus all the stars. And then that guy, you kind of see just like he does not notice the purple in eyes, and you just see him kind of look confused, and you see him just kind of run away from all that stuff. And you watch this dude with eyes just kind of stand there and you're not quite sure for how long, but kind of taking everything in. And then you watch him just slowly over an unspecified amount of time, just kind of seep into the ground, and you see it follow the bedrock into the crystal catacombs, where it lives in a hole. And you see it touch that sign on that door, and you see most of its eyes go other places. You see them go through the door and they don't come back. But
shit.
all that leaves is this purple mist with a couple of eyes in it, just kind of chilling out in this hole. It's kind of like it's watching a bunch of TV screens with other eyes elsewhere, but you don't quite know what it means. And then some more time passes, and you watch 5 adventurers step into his place trying to light it up. And you're like, hey, wait a minute, I've seen this one before. And basically, you come to learn that you guys are responsible for stirring it from its watching of other places.
Fuck.
So
yeah. We're the reason it is focused on
you guys, yeah.
This world once again.
Yes. Somebody interrupted its Hulu Plus spin.
I mean, if I got interrupted during Netflix and chill, I'd be pissed too.
Yeah, but you're not an all-powerful god of darkness who embodies basically all of chaos.
That is certainly a true sentence right there.
And while you you trigger him, and you see basically one of his tendrils go up, and he starts talking with he takes a form and is speaking to some people in a room, maybe. You also notice that he kind of magically locks the door so nobody else can get in, and then you eventually see some chick bang on the glass.
No.
You're that chick.
Yeah.
And basically this thing's having a conversation with the Count of Stars. And it mentions that it would be interested in a world governed by logic, ruled by an impartial committee, with no more meaningless kings and emperors, or changing of regimes, or views that could waver in less than a decade. A world with one singular vision, with a purpose for eternity.
Oh, so the entire speech that the Count of Stars used.
No. Just that. It's planting a thing in this thing in the Count of Stars' mind. Hey, what if you thought about hey, here's an idea, and it's that's a good idea. I like that.
Hey, I have a clarifying question.
Yes.
The Count of Stars minus the stars.
Yes.
Part.
Yes.
Is that the same man we watched get power?
Yes, you can put that together. Yeah. The Count of Stars used to be.
The Count of Stars formed from this guy or from these two men that got blown to smithereens by this dark artifact.
Yes.
That energy sort of split them into a very purple eye man and the Count and the man who would later become the Count of Stars.
Yes. That is correct.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that part.
Yeah, so the Count of Stars was in part to be the man known as Victor. But you're not quite sure what happened with that explosion, because it is not the man that was the man that comes out of that thing with the Purple Darkness does not look like either Victor Ramil
Or Emperor
or
Valbara
the Emperor of
14th,
Valbara the
or 13th.
13th.
13th? 13th.
Doesn't look like either of them. Like it
Who
looks
look
like
a little bit similar because they were related.
no, they weren't.
Emperor Valbara the 13th and the 14th?
Oh, 13th and 14th, yes, they are related. But yeah, so yeah, that's cool.
Neat.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good we're not doing the finale this session because Alia has even more things to think about now.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Hey,
you can
Tyler?
also got other things you can ask the book. Yes, Kevin.
So backdoor pilot into a one-on-one shot with you.
Yeah.
The Sentinel asks the book, "From where did I originate?"
The book will give you an answer.
Next time.
No. It gives you an answer right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you the. It comes in a picture.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. That's the answer you get from the book.
With the broken robot?
Yes.
Nice.
Wait, what was the question that was asked again?
From where do I originate?
Damn, should have done that one shot. Maybe you'd figure it out.
Well, the book only knows
No,
about the
what
book
Tyler's
only.
saying is the book only knows this reality.
Yeah, the book only knows the past of this reality, not any of the other countless others. There are other books for that. It's not this book, though.
Like I said, Cody, earlier, Sentinel's not from around here.
He's new in town. Yeah.
I wasn't reborn yesterday. Wait, I was.
There might be another book in here that might be able to tell you something. Not the book of the past. Not necessarily. There's all these other codexes that are also on this.
Hey, Tyler.
Yes.
I grabbed the book of the future.
Oh, do you want to see the future?
Where will I find more about my past?
Oh. No. I don't think you understand how the book of the future works.
I just want to see myself find the book so that I know where to look for it, because the card catalog is confusing to me.
No.
Sentinel doesn't understand
Kevin.
the Library of Congress system.
Kevin, the book of the future shows you all of the future. All of it.
Oh.
And you cannot stop seeing it once you have seen it.
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Then Sentinel asks the question, how do I best protect the people of Valbara?
Yes, the book of the past or the book of the future? Because the book of the future is just going to show you everything.
Yes.
Oh, no,
Oh.
honey, no.
Okay.
Honey.
So a couple of things happen.
You don't know what you just did to yourself.
Yeah.
I did the same thing I just did. The Alia just did.
No,
yeah,
you did
and
not.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah. So the book of the past.
Wait, I did something different.
Yeah.
Oh, I asked both books. Fuck.
Yeah. You sure you don't want to revise that? Just asking the book of the past. I'm giving you an out here, man.
Hey Tyler.
Yes.
I'm going to use my hex power that allows me to ask the keeper exactly what will happen. Exactly what the side effects of this will be.
You will see all of the futures forever and always, and you can't make them stop. and you're always going to be asking yourself the question, oh God, is the fact that I know the future the reason that this future is happening, or because I don't know about it that it's happening? And you're going to be able to watch, like, everyone die in several different ways. You're going to be able to watch your own death. You're going to, and this will be all constantly in the back of your mind. Constantly. Like, you cannot turn it off, and you cannot sort through it.
I don't know that I have enough RAM for that.
I mean, Alia certainly doesn't, but
As you look over Alien, she's just like spazzing eye twitching right now.
yeah. Also, her eyes are purple now. Just for clarification.
Oh, fuck you! No.
No. The whites of your eyes are purple. Your irises are the same color.
Oh no.
That's
even
That's
worse.
worse.
That's even worse. And sometimes if you're looking at Alia's eyes, you swear you see something looking from behind them that's not Alia. But
Oh no.
yeah.
I don't like this.
I know.
Me neither, and it's me.
So, because I don't have a mind per se, does that make this better? Would that make this better or worse for me?
So you'll just have
Or
all of
neither.
that. Yeah, it's neither, because you'll have all of that, and I guess you're not gonna feel guilty about any of the things, which, like, I guess is better for you, but worse for everyone else.
Well, I mean, once it's every like I can't sort through futures.
No,
can I?
it shows you every possible future.
Okay.
And that, and those futures string on until the heat death of the universe. For now.
Huh.
Yeah. There are ways to turn that off, but none of them are easy. And none of them are by conventional spells.
I have a question then for the Book of the Past.
Yeah, what do you got?
So it's two questions. First one is this one.
Okay.
How best do I protect the people of Valbara? And the second question is there a way to sort of focus in on specific futures in the Book of Futures?
The second one just shows you a blank page. And the first
Okay.
one shows you a scene where there seems to be, it looks like the Emperor is at his wit's end and arguing with a friend of his who you've never met. And one of them's, and the friend who's, pleading with the Emperor is like, but sir, siding with the enemy of your enemy is terrible in this position. And then the Emperor just kind of says, but I think it's better than the alternative. And then you watched, Valbara lose a war because he sided with the enemy of his enemy.
The enemy of our enemy is
Not your friend.
right, but I'm just trying to like contextualize it for.
Oh, contextually speaking, the book is telling you to fight the Count of Stars.
Instead of siding with the Count of Stars
yes.
against Palamancia.
Correct.
Is this the Book of the Past or the Book of the Future?
This is the Book of the Past.
Okay, got it.
You already,
So this is a previous thing that has already happened. And it is
and
a
it's already
striking
been,
resemblance. It bears a striking resemblance to the
as it turns out, like there are
present events.
Yes. The only thing is the invading army is made of undead troops as the same, and the Emperor has and you don't know if this is intentional or not, but the Emperor's troops are, flesh, but they have armor that is strikingly similar to the Warforged that have been created.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, if that's not a
And the generals in that army have
Design.
armor that looks like yours. Have fun with that.
follow-up question, because I am not dumb and recognize these context clues.
Yeah.
How many times has this cycle repeated?
You get the number 7.
Fuck you!
You're welcome.
7?
Yep. I regret nothing.
Fuck! I'm fucking done. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
out.
I feel
I'm
like-
out. Fuck,
Yeah.
fuck this. Fuck. Fuck.
Yeah.
Someone clip this shit. Fucking hell.
I feel like Patrick knows something I don't.
Yes, I
Sort of.
have taken Patrick's own designs and flipped them against him.
Fuck you.
Yeah, so there's your information, Robot Man. The other question you could ask is, Meta, what were in those books that were taken away during Mead's solo session? Because he's not here right now, but this is information he's going to be getting the next time I see him.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. So in those books,
Hey, wait,
Yeah.
Tyler.
yes.
It shows me nothing about my past. Oh, because I didn't ask it about my past. I asked it where I came from.
Correct.
Can I ask this book a question?
Yeah, you can ask this book
Yeah,
a
go
question
for
about
it.
the past.
What about present?
No, that's not what the book does. The book only does past.
You can use it to. You can use the past to contextualize the present because those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
I mean, yes, but the
All right, book. How can I find me a deck of many things?
Oh, yeah, that's real easy. It just shows you it shows you Theodore Matthews holding a deck of cards, and he says, and you just hear him mutter, I should probably put these where no one's going to be looking for them. And you see him walk down into the basement, and you see him put them into a drawer in one of his workbenches with a false bottom in it, and you see him close it.
Oh. Fuck.
All right, boys. I know where we're going.
Wait, is that the deck?
We're all gonna draw a card, okay, boys?
Oh
No.
no.
One,
No?
I'm not a boy, and two, no.
Cowards.
I am also not a boy.
I feel that there is way too much chaos in that to even think about fucking with that right now.
Yeah, but all our problems could go away. We can get a wish.
I mean,
There are easier ways to accomplish wishes.
yeah, there's like a set of 7 scrolls that will just grant you a wish, like, out in the open already. Like, you
We do not have to draw from the deck of many things to maybe get a wish. We have the Dragon Balls right here.
yeah.
It's a Dragon Ball right here.
Yeah, man, the 7 Dragon Scrolls written by the great wizard Shenron. Yeah.
I love that.
Just one big. This whole campaign is just one big Dragon Ball Z
Can I
reference,
wish
isn't it?
for a pet dragon?
Just to confirm, you're going to use those 7 scrolls to wish for a pet dragon.
Yup.
No.
Your wish has been granted. And
Oh
you just
my
see the
fucking
scrolls burn
God.
away, and in the chest there is an egg.
Whoa.
A rare egg, a rattling egg, dragon egg.
And the eggs in the chest, and the chest in the hole, and hole.
Hole in the bog and
Did
the
you just use the fucking scrolls to do that?
I wish you
Gumbar.
hadn't.
Gumbar. Sir.
I got a dragon now.
Yeah, man, it's a dragon egg.
You have a dragon egg which will hatch into a baby maybe in your lifetime.
I'll figure it out.
Oh no.
Don't smash the egg, Alia. Don't smash the egg, Alia. Don't smash the egg, Alia.
This is my child. You will not hurt her.
Gumbar has had this egg for 1 minute, and if anything happens to it, he'll kill everyone in the room and then himself.
Oh, Rosa. Okay, well,
Well, fuck. There went that wish. What do I know of my past? Or what does the book know of my past?
Oh, yo, it shows you Mead's solo session.
And that's it?
Well, it also shows you coming out of the stumbling out of the lens, like missing an arm and most of a leg.
Wait, Tyler, I thought
Yes.
that so I just show up here kind of randomly
Yes.
and
Beat to hell.
because the lens doesn't transport people directly to
Correct. Yeah. So you
the
show up.
other
Looks
lens?
like you've been beat to hell. You may or may not have been struck by lightning. You're not quite sure. Barely online,
Oof.
and like some crow dude finds you and fixes you up, and then you like go on a couple missions. You go and meet solo session. You remember that you got your mind wiped and reprogrammed as a city guard instead of being a marine. Yeah.
Cool. And I remember all of Mead's solo session,
Yes.
which means follow-up question.
Yeah.
What was in the books?
Yeah, so those were bank accounts that showed the Count of Stars is the one who funded for the Palamantian military coup to overthrow the rightful emperor of Palamancia and get this new guy on the throne.
Oh, so it's some CIA shit.
Yeah, except you realize that now the Count of Stars is backing both sides of the war.
I'm playing both sides, so I always come out on top.
Yeah, and also you hears yeah, there's that. There's also some talk about how he's going to make sure that that pesky Theodore Matthews can't interfere with his plans. There's also talks about how he knew Terate was going to do this and decided to just go along with it because that gets him more power in the end. You know, there's also like other notes on like, you know, he's looking for like these he's looking for some magical books, and he's also looking for like a set of scrolls that can let him wish. He's also looking for like a ring of 3 wishes for some reason. He hasn't been able to find them yet. He is also talking about how he needs these objects of powers to, you know, get his machinations done, and he's gonna just let Theodore Matthew find some schmucks to get the get all of that for him and then just dispose of him. And you also watch as these books, like all of these files are written, and they're written in a lead-lined room called a God Blind. And you also like watch these books get sent to another lead-lined room, but like any of the figures in that room are basically like static men, like men made out of TV static. Like you can't see who they are, and if any of them speak, you just hear like TV static. Because while the Book of the Past is a powerful conduit, it cannot fully peer into God blinds.
Wow,
So,
okay.
yeah. Also, you're
Alright,
currently in a
well,
God blind right now. So also,
okay.
like a mortal could not scry your location or any of the objects in its location. Probably why the Count of Stars hasn't found any of this.
Well, it's 2 things, at least from Alia's perspective, have come out of this.
Yeah.
One, he won't be able to use the scrolls, so you know, I guess that's good in a certain context.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he has a contingency plan for if he can't find the scrolls, but does have this. Does have the ring that we don't yet.
And the second thing, Alia knows what she's gonna do now.
Is it not what you were planning on doing earlier today?
Oh, she's going to stick her axe through the Count's face.
Cool. All right.
Which
Yeah.
is
She's
what
gonna
she
aim
planned.
for the head.
Which is what she planned on doing. You know, until last session, and now she's back. She's back on track. She's fine.
Yeah.
and the future's screaming at her, but she's not getting over it.
Hey,
but...
the future's screaming at you for several reasons right now.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah. You
Hey,
know.
Taylor, as
Yes.
she makes up her mind, do any of the futures disappear?
No, there's more of them now.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, does Kevin see the future too?
No, that's just for your clarification. Now there's more.
Okay.
Now there's more possible and more agonizing timelines for you to like. There's one where the universe survives the heat death of the universe, and all is Count of Star.
Oh no.
And then for a split second, you're like, hold on, what if there was more than just one universe of just all Count of Star? And then that one just kind of goes fuzzy, and it starts back on. Like that one's on loop, but that one, like the longer it's on loop, the more fuzzier it gets, like a VHS tape.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, hey, you know what? The things I do for love. Fuck it. Let's go.
And also, there's another
Hey,
future
Tar?
where all is purple Iceman.
Yep.
And then more than all
I
is
have a-
purple Iceman. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna need to borrow you and Patrick right after this,
Yeah. No.
or after
yeah,
this at some
yeah.
point.
Yeah. I assumed.
Okay. But the important thing now is, so that's where the Count of Stars gets his power.
Yeah.
That's where the Count of Stars is planning to. That's where the Count of Stars is planning to get the rest of his power,
Yeah.
or more of his power.
Yes.
Is through the wish spell.
Oh, that and a
or
couple
the
other things.
wishes, and making himself like doing a buddy cop movie with two, with a god of chaos and a god of darkness.
I
Or
don't know
god
about a
of
buddy cop
revolution
movie.
and a god of revolution and a god of darkness.
Well, it's more of a, these two help advance my position, so I'm not going to stop them.
Oh.
But you got to remember that, like, he's just going to kill all the gods, so yeah, whatever.
I see.
Yeah.
So,
All right then.
Yeah.
is the Count of Stars rise to power reversible?
What do you ask in the book?
We ask the book.
It shows you a magic
Or
8
I
ball.
ask the book.
Yeah, it shows you a magic 8 ball, and it shows the magic 8 ball shaking, and it shows you the die that says results hazy. Ask again later.
Great.
Can the Court of the Astral Sea's power be taken away?
It shows you that scene again where the Emperor gives them their powers, and then it just kind of like plays that one in reverse, and you kind of see the Emperor take away their powers.
Yes, if it can be given, it can be taken away.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a Jedi, no.
Ah, fuck.
Damn it!
Son of a bitch.
Well, it was worth a shot. Mostly I was doing that for the meme.
Mostly.
And the
Is
other,
it possible to learn? The wording of that was absolutely for the meme.
yeah,
the question
and
was
it
legit.
shows you it shows you a couple of things on ways you could it shows you the Valbaran Emperor family tree. It then shows you a chest with 7 scrolls in it, and it shows you and then it flashes to a ring, and then it flashes to Theodore Matthews putting a deck of cards in into a workbench with false bottom.
So the answer is with the wish spell.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler,
Yeah.
I think I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, question for you about the Book of the Past, also.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah.
Does it work the same as the Book of the Future, where once I see these things, they cannot be like
Unseen?
they like continue to play in the back of my mind forever?
Nope.
But I recall this information.
Yes.
Like I can recall it.
Yes, but it's not like always there, omnipresent in every waking thought moment, and you can't escape it even in your sleep. No, it's just like, oh yeah, that book told me that thing. I read that in a book. Whereas the Book of the Future is just
wish.
yeah.
I would like to know of humanity.
Oh yeah. So it shows you.
So I basically just asked it to tell me everything.
Yeah. So
it's
it
very broad, and I
yeah.
don't expect you to summarize all of it.
So the
but
book
what I'm
shows
setting up
you
is-
the book shows you humanity at its worst, you know, during its wars, and then at its peak. And you notice that the part about wars and bloodshed and crime is like 95% of what it shows you, and then it shows you a couple of like, oh yo, rays of sunlight though.
Okay. So okay. Cool. I don't know if you have Discord pulled up. For everybody playing along at home, I just changed my nickname in our Discord to Ultron.
Oh, nice. Love it.
Oh, fuck no.
And I have a ring of 3 wishes.
Oh, fuck no.
Mm.
Oh, God. Can I take the opt-out option?
Yeah, we can get back to that. So Ultron, what are you doing with your?
I don't have the ring of 3 wishes currently. That is next session that I get that.
Yeah, I'm asking you. We're cutting to that now that you've been handed it. Because what you do with that is going to drastically change the conversation I need to have with Mead, and then everyone else is going to have to reevaluate their decisions based on whatever the fuck you do and the ramifications of it.
Right now, the answer is nothing.
Okay.
Because I don't want to canonically change what happened in our previous sessions.
I mean, but you can. Like, by using that ring on any scale more than the bullet points, there are some parts of past sessions that just aren't going to apply anymore. Like, straight up.
The other reason I'm saying right now nothing is
Yeah.
because I am now armed with the past.
Oh, yeah.
And I need a little bit of time to figure out what
Yeah.
Sentinel's next plan would be.
Hey, Ayla, you just watch a lot more futures pop up.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Are
One of
both
them
my eyes
involves
switching out?
One of them involves a very large chunk of Earth.
Oh, God. Are both of my eyes twitching now instead of just one?
Your pupils are no longer round; they are square like a goat's.
Oh no!
And actually, one of them actually no, they don't look like a goat's pupils. They look like a cuttlefish's. They look like a weird freaking W. But
what's this?
But they pulse, like the dips and curves change.
Oh no!
You also
show untold devastation being wrought by Sentinel.
Before you said wrought by Sentinel, I was gonna say pretty much all of them.
Hold on. Let me get the video that I need to get.
Yeah.
Patrick, I have one. Let's see if I can put it in here. Camera roll.
So Kevin, you're saying you're done with possibly multiverse breaking shenanigans for tonight?
For tonight.
Yeah.
But I mean, basically, I'm hoping that we can talk about
Oh yeah, no, totally.
what all it is that this robot now had. Like, I now basically have the internet in my brain.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious to know.
I mean, you can also
the
just like
highlight reel of
the,
that.
the way that you're designed, you could like shove a book or two into your chest and just have access to them always, and add that
Wait, have
database to your
access
own.
the data or the.
Well, you would basically like shove any of these books on this bookshelf into your chest, and then it would be incorporated into your design, and you'd always have access to that database. So I'm saying is like if you wanted to always be able to refer to the past from this book, you can just shove it into your.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
But he's looking for the Book of the Past, right?
I mean, you would
The
also
Count
be
of Stars?
you would also be destroying the Book of the Past as he knows it. So.
Oh, so once I do that information thing,
Yeah.
that information ceases to exist.
Yes, the Book of the Past will cease to exist. Be formatted into the drive of the past, and it will reside in your chest.
Yeah, pretty much, Kevin. Yep.
So.
Also, that's now available for anybody who wants it.
Oh no.
Thank you. I have it.
So.
I see you have turned into a dial-up router.
People can do bad things with the knowledge of the past.
Yes.
People could also do bad things with the knowledge of the future.
Yes, that is true.
I say we put him down. He knows too much.
Well, I mean, everyone in this room now knows too much.
We all know too much.
Yeah.
We should all go.
Joint suicide.
What better way to do it than those cards?
Is that a good ending spot for tonight? With
Well,
that
Kevin's got to make
fuck moment.
Kevin's got to make his decision, and then I'll cut the credits.
Oh god.
I've seen 1,000 pasts where.
Well, no, just one. You've seen the past of this plane.
Right, I've seen 1,000 lifetimes of people, of humanity misusing the knowledge of their forebears for personal gain.
Correct.
For greed.
Yeah.
For evil.
Yes.
The summation of this knowledge is too dangerous for any one person to possess.
Correct.
And I shove the book into my. I convert the Book of the Past.
All right, cool. I'm going to refer you back to the line you just said about how it was too dangerous for one person to possess.
Oh, I'm not a person. I don't have, like, greed
roll an
or
insight
morals.
check for me.
Am I a person?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Am I a person?
What's the number you have on your guy there?
I rolled a 16.
Yeah, contextually, in this case, you are a person.
But I was not designed to have any ulterior motives.
Then why'd you shove this into your chest? That wasn't part of your orders. Yeah, anyway,
Because
so
Tyler, the best way to protect humanity from its greatest enemy is to destroy humanity's greatest enemy.
and what is humanity's greatest enemy, Mister?
No, Tyler, you're asking the wrong person.
Oh.
What is humanity's greatest enemy, Ultron?
Oh, fuck you. Yep. Itself.
Yeah, no, anyway, that was that. Yeah, I think that's going to be a great place to pick it up next week. So, yeah.
Next week on Spire of Creation. Or, Spire of Creation?
No, I got another thumb for next week that I think will be more appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next week on Spire.
Next week on Spire of Desolation.
Next week on Spire of Desolation. Age of Sentinel?
Yeah.
Oh no, I really am Thor, aren't I?
You said you wanted to be lightning. You said
Fire
you wanted
of
to be
Desolation Endgame.
Yeah, something like that. I'm going to hit the end stream button now. Say goodbye,
Okay.
everybody.